Back to the future on a kick, I'ma make it hit. They saying just though, what I do? We gon' make it quick. Stepping on the moon, I'm moonwalking, smooth talking. But my futuristic whip, gotta go through the government just to have a kid. Do a backflip in 2045. I was born with an accent, different technology. Peep the fashion, she like the Twilight Zone, Star Wars fabric. Time traveling, just to get to the action. I have a passion for futuristic magic. Hanging with the robots, look a little astro. Look at the coins,
virtual cash flow.
I don't like spiders, my computer probably took a biter. It's been light outside for 24 hours into old shows like Empire and Power. This is future news, so the show you better watch it. Back to the future on the kicks, I'ma make it hit. They saying just though, what I do? We gon' make it quick. Stepping on the moon, I'm moonwalking, smooth talking. With my futuristic whip, yeah.
What kind of world is it where a portion of the population are referred to as non-significance? A world where newly wedded couples are forced to start families on their wedding nights, to create children that the government has designed for their own purposes. It sounds like we need a reality check.
Don't touch that.
I wonder what these are made of. It looks like some form of metal, but I can't exactly Darling, I think it moved.
Would you stop? I don't think we should be touching stuff.
Oh, right, sure. Look who's talking. It's Sherlock Holmes in the flesh.
Seriously, honey, I don't think we ought to be touching anything.
And exactly how long are you gonna nose around in those papers? They could be personal, Paul. They could belong to no other couple.
Yeah, I suppose you could be right, but I don't know how I feel about this whole thing. I mean, it's weird. I don't like it. How much do we really know about this agency?
Well, the marriage manual says it's the best agency around. And don't you want to have a baby? And don't you want to consummate our union?
Well, of course, I want to have an heir, of course. I mean, like any man, I want to sire children. But we shouldn't have to plan out our children's DNA like this. It's not fair. And it's not right that we should have to do something like this.
Hey, I've got a brilliant idea. Why don't we tell them that we would like to wait to start a family? What? You don't think that'll work?
Well, of course it won't work. They don't care about us, and they're not going to help us. We're not rich, and we're not government officials. That's why we're in this situation to begin with.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to
Well,
hear it.
it's true.
No.
It's true.
No, I don't want to hear it. No.
You can say no all you want, but there's no way in hell that they're going to let us sleep together in the same bed as man and wife without the unification. And come on, give me some credit. You and me in the same bed without touching? Please. Something is bound to come up.
I am just as scared as you are. But I know that everything's going to work out fine. And besides, we're not the first married couple that's had to do this. I mean, there's been hundreds and hundreds of thousands before us.
I know it's done through the blood. I don't understand why we have to have children this way, seal our marriage this way.
Yes, I understand your concerns, dear, but you know, it's the way things are in this life. You know, I read somewhere once that in China, there used to be a law where a couple could only have 2 children. Yeah, I believe it's because the country was so crowded.
Yeah, well, that may be, or was. But our government here in the USA is manipulating our children's DNA for their own purposes. I mean, why else would newly married couples with a combined income of less than $62,000 have to register as non-significants? They do it to control us, to control our minds, our very existence as people.
Right, yeah. I know you feel that way, but look at it like from this perspective.
Listening.
All right. It didn't start with our generation, but imagine how things could be with this unification. You know, our children could live long lives, and if they get sick, they won't die from it. The illness.
How's your knowledge of the Bible? This is not the way it's supposed to be. No one man should determine what another man is made up of. I mean, our lives would have been pretty boring if someone had said, Paul, you'll have a sunny disposition, and Tootsie, you'll only like blue ice cream, and Paul, your skin will be purple, and Tootsie, your feet will be fat, and Paul, your vision's bad, and you'll have long hair, and I can go on and on and on.
Yes, but Paul, you're being unreasonable. We don't know which traits are in the packages. Our children could be superstar athletes or famous TV personalities or research scientists that could find the cure for, I don't know, something.
See, that's what I'm talking about. What do we need great minds to find cures for things if there's nothing left to cure? How many people are going to get hit by a train or a bus, or get shot in the street or fall off a building? You're thinking with your heart, like you always do. How long are we going to sit here? When are they coming?
Please, calm down, Paul. You're making me nervous.
Oh, sure, right.
I'm only trying to look at this from another perspective.
Yeah, right.
Our parents are lucky they didn't have to see this day.
Yeah.
We can't fight the government, Paul.
I guess not.
Look, I only know that I want to be your wife. And I'm glad to be your wife. Isn't that reason enough?
Welcome, non-significants. And congratulations on your nuptials. I am official loving cup. It's good to meet you.
Thank you for having us.
Anytime. We here at the Gene Pool are more than happy to serve you.
Can't really say we're happy to be here. We're here because we have to be.
Just the same, thank you for having us.
Yes. Now, before we get started, I must go over our company's disclaimer. And please, if you have any questions or concerns about anything, please don't hesitate to ask. Once a child's traits have been applied, they cannot be undone.
Yeah, we understand.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we understand.
Very well then, let's get started. I just have to find your file. Here we are. Oh, wrong file. Okay. May I have your non-significant ID number, please?
Sure. It's NS number 36195 832774421009342.
Yes. Now, as humans, you do have the right to refuse the unification. However, as a married couple, you cannot consummate, nor can you ever conceive children without this process. The marriage manual states that, and you must adhere to it. Any act of disobedience in accordance to that rule is punishable by death. The law says that bringing forth children in a marriage without our government's arrangement will result in ineffective offspring and extreme burdens on preventative medicine. Alrighty. Now, We realize that choosing your child's genetic makeup is not an easy task. But bear in mind that here at the Gene Pool, we have sponsored more positive human outcome than any agency in the hemisphere. The other agencies, they have their slogans, but we have a mission, and that's to produce the best children possible. Our CEO's grandfather, Official Stonebridge, he started this company. Oh, what a man. He was so good. Built this company from the ground up. You know, the Gene Pool has been in operation since the year 2035. And if you request it, you can talk live to some of our parrots. And because of our attention to detail, or should I say due to our large number of traits to choose from, we get repeat customers all the time.
Oh, that's great. Isn't that great, darling?
Yeah, it's great.
No couple has to remain non-significant here. When you design your children, you're not just a number anymore. You no longer have to hide among the non-significants. And finally, the goal of the clinic is simply to provide guidance to non-significants regarding the pros and cons when choosing particular traits. Also, bear in mind that for every positive there is a negative, and vice versa. Now, let's take a look at the board here. There are two groups to choose from. We'll start with A. Group A consists of both physical and psychological traits which could be inherited by either male or female. Okay, those are the physical. Now, Group B is pretty much the same. There are several characteristics to choose from regardless of the child's sex. What we do here at the Gene Pool is redirect the transmission of hereditary information in order to control and produce specific human traits. Traits that you can be proud of. Do you have any questions?
Why do we have to get married and start a family at the same time? We only just got married. What if we want to wait to have children? It's not fair. And how are we supposed to know what traits we want our kids to have?
It's a frightening process for non-significants to have to endure. I know. But just keep in mind that all of these diseases, although one has to experience them at some point in their lifetime, that they are all 100% curable. Your children will never die from any illness. Isn't that great?
Yeah, that's great.
Well then, take a good look at your choices. And again, don't be alarmed or concern yourselves with the negative traits, because they're all curable. And the cost for this is minimal. The Gene Pool will not charge non-significants any phenomenal fees. We know you can't afford it. And since our goal is to help, we administer the necessary sequence to mold the DNA that will produce the suitable human being. And personally, I think that designing children was always the answer to the current healthcare crisis. And let me also point out that the diseases will be age appropriate.
But if we choose Group B, our child's going to have cancer. I don't want my kid to have cancer. There has to be a better way.
Yeah, and if we choose Group A, they'll get Parkinson's and Alzheimer's and heart disease. And plus, they only have a lifespan of 110 to 150 years.
Yeah.
We may outlive them.
When will they get these illnesses?
Like I said, the diseases are age appropriate.
Yes, but with such a short lifespan, why do they have to have so many illnesses?
Yeah, it's too many. Can't you omit some?
Well, by law, we have to choose a package in order for our marriage to be legal and to design our children as well.
Why do you have to control everything? Don't you see how hard this is for me?
What, you don't think it's hard for me?
Well, you don't act like it. You know, that's one thing of yours I hope our kids don't get. You need to control everyone and everything all the time.
That is such rubbish and you know it is.
Don't tell me what I know. It's true and you know it.
Don't tell me what I know. I don't know anything.
Well, that's the problem. You don't know anything, but you act like you know everything.
You're being a real jerk about this, Paul.
Oh, so now you're saying you married a jerk.
Well, if the shoe fits, wear.
In a minute, you'll be wearing my shoe.
Don't you yell at me!
Paul, Tootsie, please. Let's not argue over minor things. This process has its own order of succession in place. None of us know the exact time when things will happen. But what we do know is that whatever's promised, that it will occur.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. I'm sorry, official. Please forgive me. And I'm sorry. Honey, I don't need to get so.
Yes, I know. I understand. I'm sorry, Paul. I love you.
And I love you. And at least if we choose Group B, our child will love us unconditionally. I can live with that.
Yes, and if we choose Group A, they'll be kind, resourceful, and spiritual.
Yeah, don't forget spiritual.
Are we ready to proceed?
Yes. Ready.
We're ready.
Great. Ooh. Non-significant number NS3619583277442100009342 are ready to proceed with the unification. Please follow me.
Welcome to the world, 2116. You can fly across town in minutes, or across the globe in under an hour. Whole communities are living on Mars, and solar satellites provide Earth with unlimited clean power. In less than a century, Boeing took the world from seaplanes to space planes, across the universe and beyond. And if you thought that was amazing, you just wait.
From a garage in California to the surface of Mars. From bamboo and silk to advanced composites and titanium. From green eye shades to cloud computing. The story of Lockheed Martin's first 100 years has been a story of constant innovation. A story that continues to be written by men and women who look forward to the future and ask the big questions. How can we create a more secure world and defeat unknown threats from unknown quarters? How can we harness new sources of energy, support a growing population, and expand our knowledge of the universe? The the answers will be pursued with purpose, creativity, and a relentless commitment to innovation as we go forward into our next 100 years. Lockheed Martin, we never forget who we're working for.
I'm not comfortable with this, Dr. James. It doesn't feel right. It's unethical. I don't like what we do here at the gene pool. I don't like it.
You went to school for 5 years. You interned in another hospital for another 2 years. You spent all that time and all of your parents' money. After all the time you spent, all the money you spent, you want to grow a moral compass?
I don't like it, Dr. James. I'm not comfortable with it. It doesn't feel right.
Keep your voice down. We are professionals. We do this job to help these women have the children that they can't have. And with great deeds come great sacrifices. It is required by law that we do this job. So leave your conscience at home and get back to work. Is the unification complete?
Yes, Dr. James.
And the transformation, is that complete?
Yes. The unification and the transformation are complete. He was a perfect candidate for the transformation. Fell right into our trap.
Good, good. No foreseeable problems with
None. None.
And no reaction to the
None.
and no reaction to the serum.
None.
Well done, Doctor. What was the time of death?
Expiration occurred at exactly 10:48 a.m.
Well done. I say the unification and the transformation was a success. Great job. Now get back to work.
Hello, baby Paul. Hello, baby. Hello, baby Paul. How are you, my baby? Hello. Hello, my baby.
Oh. I'm so happy that things went well for you. You really set a precedent here. The transformation doesn't always work. You know, there was a time, some time ago, when women would come into our office. These women were unhappy with their husbands. They wanted children, but they wanted a change. This is the first time that we have performed a unification and a transformation in one. This is unheard of. We'll make history with this.
you have his belongings?
Yeah, sure. Yes. Yes, I have them right here. Oh. Just put them back. May I ask, what made you do it? Most women are too afraid.
He would have never gone through with it. Now you'll be my baby forever. You'll be my baby, Paul. You'll be starting all over. She put his belongings in a bag. Oh, and thank you, official loving goat.
Oh, it has been our pleasure to serve you. Thank you. And good luck with everything. Non-significant number 36195-8327741 220009342 has been revoked.
Well, we thank you for joining us. And we're sure that you also feel a little sorry for poor Paul and Tootsie. See, they didn't know quite what they were getting into. But sometimes that's how life goes. We thank you for joining us, and we ask you to join us again on the next episode as we take a journey to the red planet on Reality Check.
Reality.